Hi everybody, my name is Sean O'Kane with ChipEstimate TV. We're here at the TSMC OIP Forum 2011 in San Jose, California. My guest today is Michael Buehler-Garcia, Director of Marketing, Calibre Design Solutions with Mentor. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Sean.
Or as your friends call you,
MBG.
MBG.
There you go.
That's right. Hey, Mentor Graphics recently announced a collaboration with TSMC with the Calibre yield enhancer product for TSMC's manufacturing processes at 65 nanometer. How does this help your customers with design and verification data?
Sean, that's a good question. It's because yield enhancer is the product, but the actual use is in filling, what we call now SmartFill. And what's happened is, as the nodes get more advanced, the amount of data you need to fill is becoming just growing exponentially. So trying to move big databases around, did I make a change, did it work, did I screw something up, you know, it's something we've been working on with TSMC. So what we did is we applied SmartFill, which uses a yield enhancer baseline, to have a solution that lets you put in less fill. So the whole comment is, one of the big questions is, okay, I set my design, or I'm ready to go to the fab, now I need to fill it. By putting all this extra metal in, did I change timing? Don't know. Well, so we've had different products that say, let's go analyze it post-fill. But then some of the engineers came up and said, well, why don't we do this smarter? What if we put less fill in? We still meet the manufacturing planarity issues, but we put less metal in, therefore we shouldn't affect timing. Ergo, the name SmartFill. So that's you know, a little bit of marketing. We don't do much marketing at Mentor, but trying that. And so that's the answer. The issue is to get a solution to the customer faster, less extra work, and get them to tape out sooner.
So there's more and faster verification runs if need be.
Yes, yes, with less data, less some data passing.
Saving time and money. I've heard that somewhere before.
Works, huh?
Yeah.
It's scary. So
tell our audience a little bit about your IP EDA services track that you're going to be having here at OIP.
Sure, and we're pretty happy. We have 4 different sessions at the 011 OIP this year. And what we did is we've combined them all with partners or customers. So we have ones with Qualcomm on 3D, advanced 3D metalling. We have one with CSR and DFM, SmartFill being one of them. And then we have 2 with TSMC, ILVS, and then the one you're talking about here, which is analog mixed signal. And what it's tied to is a product called Calibre PERC, which stands for Programmable Electrical Rule Checking. PERC sounds a lot better, right? And what's really happening is if you look at the new nodes, the new advanced nodes, take CSR for example, or Qualcomm, there's a whole bunch of analog blocks in there. There are a whole bunch of analog issues that the digital world really hasn't figured out are different. So they require extra checks. So how do I do those checks in a way that it looks the same as everything else, but still covers questions like ESD, reliability for multi-voltages, because you know we want more reliable phones now. We want more reliable areas, and now as we get into automotive, you want the brake systems to work. So PERC and the whole session here will be how we worked with TSMC to bring these new checks out so you can still take advantage of the advanced nodes, but make sure that you're giving a reliable product.
Well, you're collaborating with other companies in these tracks, which is really, you know, leads into my next question. Why is collaboration important with TSMC, and do you find value in OIP? Absolutely.
And I think the question is, when OIP first came out, the first thought everybody had was, well, how do I make more money from this? You know, can I get, if I do this, do I get more deals? And that's not really the intent. I mean, eventually the industry grows, but I think the value we see of OIP is having the chance to do joint projects, to try things. Some of these projects we've done under OIP, they've failed spectacularly. And that's okay, because you know, that's how you learn. I think the other comment is the projects, the sessions we're doing here, that's part of it. The other part is having the event so you can have a cup of coffee with people who you compete with, but you don't. I mean, look at ChipEstimate's part of Cadence, right? But we're having the discussions here because if we can work together, we'll grow the industry.
Absolutely.
And that's what I think is, when we look back at OIP and say, what did it do? It grew the industry.
Tell us why it's helpful participating in the workshop here.
Sure. I think the workshops here are part of growing the overall base, right? Having where we talk about there's reviews, so the the larger EDA companies, IP partners have MRMs with TSMC. But there's a whole bunch of other people. There's the next generation company on a cool piece of IP or a piece of software is in this room right now. And how do we have those discussions? How do we build flows that incorporate those folks? Mm-hmm. That's what these workshops are about, to give them an understanding of things that the larger companies, we have 10, 15 people sitting in Taiwan, mm-hmm. handle these questions every day. Mm-hmm. But having the interaction, getting their viewpoints, I think is another value of having this session and why the conference and why we support it.
Great. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks.
MBG, otherwise known as Michael Buehler-Garcia, with Metagraphics. So we'll see you next time on another episode of Chip Estimate TV. My name is Sean O'Kane. We'll see you next time.